It's the Tim Constantine Show.
Hi, this is Tim Constantine. Even some of President Barack Obama's most ardent supporters will tell you he tends to get preferential treatment from the mainstream media. Whether it's a domestic issue or foreign policy, they don't always ask the toughest questions. And if something looks a little out of place, they don't necessarily follow up in the same detail that they have with some past presidents. Why the fascination? I'm not sure. What I am sure of is how it manifests itself. Whether it's polls that come out slightly skewed in his favor, whether it's follow-ups that never happen, whether it's the tough question that is never asked. This president has a great advantage in his re-election effort because the media seems to be on his side. Despite all that, President Barack Obama put in a dismal debate performance, and right now, Team Obama is worried. How are they going to win this election in November? Well, they intend to do it the old-fashioned way. They're going to cheat. How can you say the President of the United States in a re-election effort is going to cheat? Tim, that's crazy. That's just crazy talk. Is it? Let's run down a list of some of the things that we either are seeing or are likely to see in these next 30 days and on Election Day. First, let's look at unemployment. While 7.8% is nothing to brag about, it is the first time since Barack Obama was sworn in as president that the number has dipped below 8%. Now, the statistics don't quite add up, and no credible economist will tell you they think this is a trend. It has all appearances as though the Obama administration has cooked the books for their own political advantage. If they're willing to tinker with those numbers, what else are they willing to do? Well, let's look at campaign finance. In September, they raised $181 million in the Barack Obama campaign. Very impressive number. As a matter of fact, a lot more than the $100 million they raised in July and the $100 million they raised in August. How did they get this big bump in September? Well, let's look at it. 98% of the money they raised was non-reportable. They don't have to share the names. They don't have to tell you who gave it. The way election law is written, if people give small, tiny, little contributions, well, they don't have to put their information out there for the public. There may be an argument for that, but what's odd is out of $181 million, Barack Obama tells us $177 million of that was given in those tiny little slivers. Sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire. And I'll tell you, I smell a 5 alarm going here. Voter fraud is the other one. All over the country, whether it's Texas or Pennsylvania or Virginia or elsewhere, the Democrats have put in a concerted effort to make sure no voter ID is required to vote this year. As absurd as that sounds, that you just have to show that you are really you before they hand you a ballot, well, in the president's case, he doesn't necessarily want that. He likes the fact, and I'm telling you, I am genuinely concerned that there is going to be an effort in Philadelphia and in other large metropolitan areas where they will put people on a bus and drive them from precinct to precinct to precinct. And before they get off the bus at each precinct, they're going to tell, you are Leroy Washington, you are Billy Jones, you are Susie Smith. They'll go in, they'll say, hello, I'm Susan Smith, I'd like my ballot. No ID required. After they vote, they'll all get back on the bus, they'll go on to the next location. You are Nathan McDonald this time. You are Steve Ranko this time. They're going to assign them a different personality at every single precinct, and it's almost untraceable. How about the suppression of the military vote? In 2009, there was a law passed, and that was to increase the ease and availability of absentee ballots for our military serving away from home and all over the globe. Well, the numbers, oddly enough, are down this year. Why does this matter? Well, the military tends to vote overwhelmingly for the Republican candidate. President Barack Obama and his administration have actually underserved our military in an effort to suppress their vote. In Virginia, for example, the number of absentee ballots requested this year versus the number of absentee ballots requested by the military in 2008, it's down by more than 80%. Not 5%, not 10%. It's down by more than 80%. Again, I smell a rat. In short, Romney needs to build a lead. He's come out of that first debate very strong. He's bumping up in the polls. He's leading in some of the swing states, but 1 or 2 or 3 points isn't going to do it, because the old Chicago-style politics can steal an election, and it will steal an election unless Mitt Romney builds a large, substantial, insurmountable lead. Beware, my friend. Voter fraud, voter suppression, cooked books, and more are all going on right in front of your eyes.
It's the Tim Constantine Show.